In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
What's going on YouTube? This is Hero Stormwolf and welcome back to another weekly Skyrim mods video. This time we're going to be taking a look at a magic based mod called Phenderix Magic Transcendence. What this is a mod for mainly magic based users. What you can do is you can combine a bunch of spells to make new spells through a modifier, shield, etc, etc. I'll give a more detailed explanation. So when you first boot up the game, you will see that you've been given new spells to use. These are element earth, element fire, lightning, water, wind, and then you'll get a couple of powers called blast, bolt, shield, and summoning. What these are, this is your basic to create new magic. What you first need to do in order to make magic is you need to first select a modifier. For this I'm going to use blast, which is a weak version, or the weakest version of these here. And then you need to select two elements. Just for the sake of using elements, I'm going to use fire and water. What you do is once you have the spells in your hand, you need to go ahead and use them. And you will see the spell has changed in your hand. And what you see is you'll have a new spell. As you see at the top left hand corner, you can see what type of damage these spells do. Let me actually do this before I die. That'd be quite embarrassing. But the cool thing about this is you can combine any two of the elements to create new elements. So for this I'm going to use water and lightning. And now you're given a whole new spell. So we'll summon a bandit here. As you see, while this doesn't do damage, it does magic and stamina, which can be useful for depending on who you're fighting. We can do wind and earth. And now I summon quick boulders. Alright, I'm getting a little carried away there, but each modifier does something different. Blast is like a weaker version of bolt. So what you can do is use bolt. We'll still use the earth and wind element here. And now you'll get a stronger version of the spell. So we'll summon another bandit.
How unfortunate for you.
As you see, took down that bandit pretty quickly. And you can do this for any type of the elements. You can do lightning and earth. As you see now, it shoots a slow ball. But you can play around with this to meet whatever desire you want in terms of magic. Shield modifier, now these do a number of different things depending on which two you pick. Oh yes, you must be sure to use the modifier each time you choose a new spell. Let's see. For some reason it's not working with the some reason the shield modifier isn't working. Let me see. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a while, or you have to do it with the right, maybe it's the right combination. But as you can see, you can see what type of protections or damage that the shield does for you. Here it gives you frost resistance and water breathing. If I was to use, let's see, wind. There we go. I see speed effect, increases movement and attack speed, etc., etc. You have to play around with them and see what does what, and just kind of keep track of what you use. The last one, of course, is summoning. And here, this is really self-explanatory. You combine two spells, and now you can summon all types of stuff. As you can see, and they all have different properties and elements to them. The models might be the same as the Skyrim models, but they all have different properties and attributes. As you can see, Spirit Maidens. So all in all, that's pretty cool. To go on with this mod, if you come to the right of Winterhold, you will see a new location called Phenderix Portal. Actually, I have to move my cursor away from it. So there you go, Phenderix Portal. You can fast travel to this automatically, and what this is this portal takes you to a safe zone. I'll actually travel there and explain it once we get inside. So once you're inside, you'll be transported into a safe zone, and what this safe zone is basically like a small town where you can go and craft and build for what's to be prepared for this. What this basically does for you is, if you go down here, there will be a portal, and that portal right there transports you to one of the 5 bosses that you can fight. And the reason you want to fight these bosses is, once you defeat a boss, the element that you defeated will increase, giving you stronger spells to use. So for this demonstration, I am going to be fighting against the fire. I probably need to actually put that into my favorites. So you step up to it, and you can see you choose one of the elements. Again, we're going to go with fire this round. And as you see, that's the fire demon that we're going to have to fight for this. Now, these monsters are pretty powerful and pretty tough, so I would suggest you be high level before you try and challenge one of these. As you see, it knocked down my companion pretty quickly. But as you see, you can do a good combination of spells and stuff. And as you can see, once you defeat the boss, you saw at the upper left-hand screen that my fire/fire element has been increased. So now, whenever I use fire elements and one of the modifiers, it will be that much more potent. So now that fireball is much more powerful than it was before.
We got a live one over here. Take this. You snuck that one in.
And the cool thing about this is you can combine that fire with the element and you'll still get that fire boost to that spell. So you can really get some cool stuff going on here. But also you can come back and fight these bosses at any time. And each time you fight them, they will increase that element. So if you only wanted to use fire, you can fight the fire boss continuously over and over and just increase that element until you get the strongest possible for that element, which is really cool and something that a lot of mage owners might appreciate. So that'll do it for this week in Skyrim mods. I hope you guys enjoy it. As always, the link will be in the description below. If you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them, but it would be better for you to check the forums. Usually those have the answers that you're looking for before I can give you any. And as always, I will catch you guys next week. Peace.